and SDNW will just start off. What do we think of the new Satan card? I have not seen him played, so I'll just bite my tongue. Although I will say that it's nice that he does damage to friendlies. I think that's a nice touch. And take it away, SDNW and Abio.
He's so nice. He's my new favorite card. His war cry is like the sickest animation ever. He just looks so good when he comes down the field, you know? He's the biggest card in the game. He's bigger than fucking Manbear Pig, all right, which is just absolutely insane. Like, cards will be behind him and you just can't see them anymore. You don't know it's behind him. You just know that there's this giant fucking orange red dude sitting on the field. But the Hellfire is super, super cool. Comes up in the pentagram, flame shoot up, fucking wastes everything. He does attack your cards, so like if you pope him, he will fuck your pope like right up. But he's awesome. You have to use him kind of like cock magic. You want to make sure you don't have like a lot of like shit on the field, because even with my like level like 4 fucking legendaries, if I've dropped Satan on him before, and they take a lot of fucking damage.
What is the war cry at level 3?
Yeah, mine
560 something, I think.
Right.
Let me pull it.
Okay,
up
that's a big chunk.
It's a lot of fucking damage, man.
Yeah, I think the best strategy to do with him is like send a couple of units out early, and then get your opponent to kind of overcommit to that little push that you did. You just drop Satan on him and just go to town, and
so he does
start pushing.
So he does 584 damage at max 3.
Okay, so a little bit higher, yeah.
584. And I did see, did I see a level 4 somewhere?
Oh god, I haven't seen level 4 already.
I thought I saw a picture of it.
I've seen a couple of level 3s, but I haven't seen anybody with 4.
Fuck if someone has a level 4, man. Tempting me to spend more money. Jeez.
How many away would you be? How many did you get?
Right now.
You just got straight 2-3. I suppose you stopped buying them once you got them to 3.
Yeah. I have a bunch more packs I could buy, but no.
Yeah, and like you were saying, if
luck
Satan's
would have to be stupid to get please.
Yeah, if Satan's level 3, your level 5 Pope survives with just a little bit of health.
Yeah, just a sliver of health left on Pope when he revives Satan.
So that's not a terrible choice.
Yeah, the strat with Satan is for me to send up a bunch of tanky. Well, my whole deck is tanky, so that's why I invested him, is because he's perfect for tank decks. He really is. Like, he belongs in a tank deck. A normal deck where you're spamming lots of cards out all the time, he's not good in that. He's just not good for that. But when I'll sit there and I'll have a bunch of tanks go for, like, say I'll have like Sexy Nun Randy and fucking PCP, which is a common lead for me. Those guys will be out. They're not going to make it to tower really. They're going to die. But the amount of cards that get invested in trying to take them out is perfect, because then all of a sudden they'll have this huge wave and they'll be like, yeah, there's no way not getting a bar.
Rogue token's not going to stop this one.
Yeah, exactly. I've got like 15 fucking energy on the field at this point, and I'll just walk up and just... Satan comes out, he's like, puny, like everything like fucking.
Is that what he says?
That's one of his lines. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, he definitely.
Come Satan. It's just like, yes.
They did a really good job with him.
Yeah, and it's cool.
And I like that he's a ranged unit. I mean, because he's not really a ranged unit. He's a tank that can hit flying units, which is awesome.
Well, it makes fucking sense. Like, Manbear Pig should be able to slap pigeons out of the sky.
Right.
I agree.
He just sits there and dies to pigeons. Satan will take care of those pigeons.
Right. So they're learning from their mistakes, my friends. Good to see. And it was really cool to see that the animation was like almost the same as the one in the show when they summoned him. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
It's pretty sick. It's definitely my new favorite card by far. I changed my name to Satan DNW. So
Satan did nothing wrong.
yeah, Satan did nothing wrong now, so no one can bitch at me about it saying Stalin anymore.
I still think they missed an opportunity. I think they could have. I would have liked to have seen them release another card alongside Satan. Like, I think whenever they do a legend card release, they should release another card, kind of like how they did when Medusa Bebe was released and they released Hercules Clyde alongside of her. That way in the event, even if you don't get the legendary card, you probably get at least a handful of copies of a new card,
right? Or and like, I don't see why you wouldn't just why not one guaranteed copy of him at the end of the event? Like
I agree with that
a
too.
Single level 1 legendary copy isn't a big deal if you get to the point. I don't think you should give it to everybody, But if you get to the point where you're on a team and you're getting the last pack on the team pack, I think it should be the team pack personally, not the solo pack.
I was pretty upset that I got Manber Pig.
If you complete the event, I think you should get one copy of the legendary, because like you said, level 1 legendary is not going to really hurt, and at least then you would have it to use for challenge mode.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's going to really suck if they do a challenge mode where Satan is just like beastly good, and only a certain percentage of people have him, or people
he will be pretty good for challenge mode.
What is his Warcry at level 1? Do you remember? Does anybody have him at level 1?
I don't remember.
It's like
if somebody in chat has him at level 1, let us know.
It's 300 something, like 380
okay,
something.
that's still totally, because it covers pretty much your whole side, right? The whole side that you put him on.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's maybe rogue token size, maybe a little hair bigger than rogue token size.
Okay. So if you put him in the middle of your field, it's probably going to hit pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 255. It's pretty big. I mean, it does a big chunk of damage.
Yeah. Plus, it's just got such a fat body attached to it that it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he
has like 3,000 HP at level 4. Super crazy. He's got more than 3,000. He's almost got fucking 3,000 HP at level 3. So, yeah.
Yeah, he gains.
He's a big fucking boy, man.
Yeah, I think the best part about the latest, like the last few cards that they've released, maybe Witch doesn't fit into this, but it really affects your deck building, because with Mackie, you have to keep in mind that it's only kids. With Satan, you have to keep in mind that you could potentially damage yourself, or
you can wipe your entire fucking set.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good in an assassin spam deck, probably. It wouldn't be good in that. It wouldn't be good if you're having cock magic. It wouldn't be good, or coop. It wouldn't be good with any of that.
Yeah,
no, but
so
if
you
you're
kind of
running,
have to.
If you're running Zen Cartman, PC Principle, Witch Doctor Token, and Medusa Bebe, and all those cards have just ridiculously high amounts of health. Like they can all survive the Satan blast.
And then you hallelujah.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to be ready to hallelujah afterwards, because you will still fucking. I've accidentally killed a lot of my cards by dropping Satan on him. Where I'm like, oh, Medusa will be fucking
She'll be fine.
Medusa's got like half health left, and no, she doesn't. Medusa's dead. Medusa's dead, boy. Shit. Yeah.
All right, we got a bunch of questions here. A lot of these we could probably rapid fire through them. Will Mackie be a good card in challenge mode like Terrence and Phillip? Not as good as Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah.
But in certain ones, he will be good for sure. The fighter one, he was pretty strong. It really depends on the challenge.
It depends on the challenge. Like as long as there's a deck, I think, in where you're going to have a majority of cards. Like the problem though with challenge is, I think, for the most part, Terrence and Phillip are always going to be good because they're just really fucking good. Yep. Same thing with PC Principle. I think in most challenges, PC Principle is going to be really good. And if you're running 2 or 3 adults in your deck other than Mackie, then he loses so much of his value. Like, but if there's ever a challenge where the best deck or one of the better decks is mostly kids, then I think he's fine. I think he's great to run.
Books just said that Satan does 225 damage level 1, 33 attack, and 9999 health. That's pretty funny that he's 999.
Yeah. There's one more thing I want. There's one more thing I wanted to say about Satan that I kind of forgot. He doesn't get knocked back.
Nice.
So like he's so big that he does not get knocked back. Like Man Bear Pig, I think, gets knocked back a little bit. Satan just doesn't fucking move. When he is hitting tower, he will take a bar and not get off. So yes, you drop PC Principle and Satan, and then throw fucking Ninja down behind him and just watch him squirm, because you are getting on that fucking tower and you are going to fucking take bars. It's fucking crazy, man.
That's awesome.
He's fucking good if you use him right. If you use him poorly, he really fucks you.
Where okay, waste. Another question. Where do you rate Satan from 1 to 10?
7.
7. Solid. Are any of your cards above that?
Are any other cards above that? Is that what you said?
Yeah, in your deck, would you rate anything above 7?
Yeah, man. Fucking Witch Doctor Token's a 10.
PC Principle's pretty high up there.
PC Principles, I'd say probably in 8.
Because I mean, the thing with Satan,
Pope is a 10.
The thing with Satan is like he's powerful, but he's not going to be good, and you can't just jam him in any deck.
You can't just throw him in a deck. Yeah, you need to specifically have an idea around him and play him like right. You can't just like throw him on the field and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking wreck, because you're just gonna get wrecked if you do that.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of finesse to play him, for sure.
All right, here's a question. Are there any other ways to get rid of Coop besides Fireball and Unholy Combustion? With Coop, you just got to outlast it. You don't really want to waste energy on taking the Coop out because it's not really worth it. You gotta deal with the Coops, with the chickens. You gotta deal with the cocks. Now, whether that's Bebe or Medusa or BHK or whatever it might be, unless you know he's gonna like combo with it hard, then maybe you could UC it or something. But I don't think I would.
Combusting a chicken coop, I think, is fine. Like you can get a lot of value out of a chicken coop.
Yeah, I'd be willing to unholy combust a chicken coop, honestly.
I don't know that I would lightning bolt a chicken coop because it's not going to kill it.
Yeah.
Like, even a base level 4 chicken coop has over 1,000, but I mean you'll significantly reduce the amount of cocks that come out of it, which I think is okay, but I don't know if it's worth the 4 energy.
Yeah, I agree.
Someone played a chicken coop pretty far forward, and I managed to get it with Satan before, so that was pretty nice. Satan does damage coop.
That's awesome. Will Terrence and Phillip ever be anything besides a good challenge friendly card? I mean, how many level 6 Terrence and Phillips are out there?
I've gone up
not
against
many,
a
but
couple.
level 6 isn't too bad in all honesty. I mean, they do like what 120 damage, 115, something like that.
They're fine.
2 cards, yeah.
It would be good. It would be amazing with Ninju, like fucking incredible.
They're certainly not bad.
But yeah, I think the problem
level 6s, and it wasn't ever like they played them, and I was like, oh, it's fine, but it didn't feel any better than a good level 3 legendary or a solid level 4 epic. Like
I think a level 5 PC Principle would probably be better in almost every situation, but they're definitely not bad. But you would have to have them at 6, and I think that's why most of us aren't going to see him very much, because not very many people have him at 6, or them.
Yeah, everyone wants him 4 for the challenge.
Right, so. Exactly. And I think that's kind of what we'll see with Mackie too. We won't really see Mackie in the pre-made or the normal ladder, because it'll be a while until he's 6 and worthwhile.
Yeah, I don't even think Mackie's worthwhile at level 6 in ladder.
I was gonna run him. I was gonna run him in my tank deck. Now that Satan's in there, I can't justify throwing another 6 energy in that fucking deck. It puts me to like 4.3 energy.
Mackie's only 4 energy, but even then.
Sorry, I meant Maxi. Excuse me, Maxi. Yeah, I can't run Mackie. I've got all adults in my deck.
Right. All right.
I just don't think Mackie will ever be, because I mean, Bounty Hunter Kyle, I think, is just strictly better, and everybody has him already at level 4.
Yeah, for sure.
And Ninju, I think, is way better than Mackie.
Right. If Mackie buffed everybody on the floor or something, but I mean, you're just begging to get fireballed or something, or rogue tokened or something.
Yeah, even then, I don't think even if he buffed everybody, like the buff he gives isn't substantial enough, and the radius on it's actually fairly small.
Yeah, it's just a small aura.
Yeah, it's within fireball range for sure.
Yeah.
Our President-elect Garrison was data mined last year, or a long time ago, as a 8-cost neutral fighter that mind controlled 2 to 3 cards for 3 seconds. Do you think that will still happen, or do you think he won't be released because Trump won?
I don't know. I hope he doesn't get released. That seems he seemed really strong.
Yeah.
Back then, when I looked at him, even knowing he's like an 8-cost, he still seemed really, really fucking
and with
strong.
the nerf to Mecha's global mind control range, why would they then add a global mind control card?
Yeah.
Unless it was like an area around him, possibly, maybe.
Even so, he just seems
3 seconds isn't too long.
No, but to be able to do it to all the cards, if he gets near the fucking tower, there's no way you can stop him. Like, I mean,
well, it would probably be
no way.
It'd probably be a war cry. I guess I don't know what it said, whether it was a charge or a war cry or what it was.
I think it was a charge.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a charge, that's fucked up. What if it was a war cry area around him, 2 cards mind controlled for
That'd be
3
fine.
seconds.
That'd be fine as long as it's not global. Because if you had a global Warcry fucking mind control, it'd be the most
Yeah.
OP thing in the fucking
You
world.
could you could take the Robin and the Ike.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You,
think
you could take bars.
I
like, right
actually
off the
don't
bat
think
with
that would even be very good though. If that was his ability, I don't think anybody would play him for 8 energy. Like,
yeah, 8's a lot.
Yeah,
think
that's
about
true.
it. If you're
That's
mind
true.
controlling 2 or 3 things around him
You
when
purify
you play,
it, and he just wasted 8 energy.
and it's
Well,
not even that. It's just, what are
They
you
won't
doing?
They won't attack each other.
Right, they're not going to attack each other. Like, that's almost going to be, I guarantee you, in most situations, that's going to be
Worse.
your opponent's entire push. You mind control their entire push. All you're doing is moving the battle closer to your opponent's tower at that point.
Right.
You could, however, waste
No
all their
value.
charge abilities. So
Right.
you
That's
could
Yeah,
waste
there's that.
their-
Yeah, if you
waste their
if you steal Witch
token,
Doctor
waste
and
their
Psalm, yeah, that'd be pretty dirty. For sure,
Well,
that
it
would be
wouldn't
the
do
only
any
use.
damage, though.
Yeah.
Like, the
Well,
abilities
I
would
don't, I don't know.
kill
I don't
him.
know. I think it would be really super strong if someone's slow pushing like me, where I will intentionally try to have everything right around my new kid.
Yeah.
Imagine that you have like all your cards fighting right around new kid, and someone pops that dude. There's no way you could probably take 2 bars right off yourself in that amount of time. 3
Yeah.
seconds is all it would take with the whole entire fight happening right next to your new kid.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the idea of global fucking mind control. Sorry. That just doesn't sound good to me.
After Mystic is nerfed, what would be the next most complained about deck? I think more people complain about sci-fi.
Jesus. Sci-fi is so much stronger than Mystic. The only reason people complain about, jeez, dude, sci-fi is so much better than Mystic. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I think
Sci-fi's pretty
I
good.
think as a whole, Mystic might be better, but sci-fi's good cards really outshine. Like BHK is just so fucking good, man.
Yeah, BHK is fucking good. Osimo is good. Enforcer is fucking god.
Oh yeah, Enforcer's so good.
6 element Randy is fucking really fucking insanely good. Mecha is still insanely good. Mind Control is insanely good. Fucking Robo Bebe is insanely good. Fucking
Especially with
Free
Hyperdrive still being a
Free
little bit
Prey
bugged.
is insanely good. Program Stan is insanely good. Fucking Porpoise Dougie is insanely good. The entire theme, dude, it's stupid, man. Sci-fi is super fucking overpowered. I don't care what everyone's gonna say I'm super biased that, and I agree, Mystic is the second strongest theme. Mystic is super fucking good. No doubt about it. There's a bunch of OP cards in Mystic, but not like fucking Sci-fi. Sci-fi is out of control.
I would say that the reason sci-fi could be considered stronger is because the stuff that makes sci-fi strong is much harder to counter. Because the stuff that makes Mystic strong, I can kill a Pope before it fucking matters if I know it's coming. I did it earlier on stream. Or I can purify the Ninja buff. What the fuck are you gonna do to a power stand, a program stand freeze every 15 seconds, and Osimo freeze every 20 seconds? Like, what do you do about that? You can't purify that. You can't. You can. I mean, you can, but then good game.
Yeah. Plus having program stand now with the Dougies, and their Dougie is already insanely strong with the AoE freeze they gave it. There's dude. I don't know, man. There's
the
too
freeze abilities,
much good shit in fucking sci-fi.
The only thing that's not good in sci-fi now is poison, really.
Yeah,
unless you have level 6 AQR. Level 6 AQR is still really fucking good.
Yeah, exactly. Level 6 AQR is fucking wrecked my entire push, and I run a goddamn tank deck. So
Yeah. Level 6 AQR will still wreck shop. Like level 5 is okay, but
you just have to
level 6.
You have to play her much differently than you used to. You can't put her down and everything dies in 10 seconds anymore. You have to okay, they put Mecha, Medusa, and this guy down. I'm gonna put her out and then have to defend the push still, but they're all gonna eventually die.
Yeah.
Whereas before she could wipe the push before it even got to you.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a good change, but she definitely is still viable. Mostly at level 6 though. Level 5 is. I've come up across a couple, but it's just it just takes too long to kill. Like my mecha still does its job before it dies.
I've had a lot of problems with people running Sci-Fan where they will use AQR and cock magic.
Yep, and they just sit and turtle and turtle and turtle.
Yep, they'll try to take a bar. Now they can do it with Dougie.
Yeah.
It's really, God, see, the Dougie changes, honestly, like I don't understand why you people aren't abusing it more. I know I don't want to fucking face it, you guys, but you are guaranteed fucking bars now if you run sci-fi. Throw that fucking Dougie in there, throw a freeze ray in there, throw a program stand in there. What are they gonna fucking do?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Honestly. Plus, while that's all happening, you still have program stand and fucking Osmo on the goddamn field.
Yeah.
Then you can fucking throw AQR down. You can it's
Yeah, if they don't have an instant kill spell for
Exactly.
a Dougie and you have freeze ray like in your hand, I mean you play your Dougie, he charges in, your opponent plays 1, maybe 2 units, you freeze ray them. If he can even get off a 3rd unit, Dougie by that time is going to hit. He'll freeze that 3rd unit and then he'll hit again pretty quickly after that, and that's a bar. Like that, I think the only reason people don't play Dougie right now as much is because level 5 Dougie, honestly, is okay. Like he's not great, he's
Right.
okay. Like you really have to have him at level 6, and I don't think very many people have enough copies to get him close to level 6 because nobody was requesting them.
Yeah. I think you'll see in the next month or so we'll start seeing more Dougies as people use their request on them. Because I mean, I'm not really requesting anything right now. I could switch to barrel Dougie or something, but I don't want to. But I mean, I could. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, Team Wars coming in early 2019. That Buck said in the recent thing. Do we have any idea what that's gonna be? Is it gonna be more of like a raid thing where we set up like a auto play deck, so like PvE, or would it be like a somehow you track the matches between teams or I don't know. I don't know. Any ideas?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what to expect for the team battle stuff.
I would really wish I'd really like them to do like Clash Royale and have like 2v2s.
That's possible.
Cool.
See, but the question is when it says like Team Wars, they changed it from Team War. It was like team versus team, and now it's Team Wars.
Yeah.
So it's possible that, maybe it is like a raid thing where you could have like your other teammates helping you in some way during the match or something, or I don't know. I think the idea of having like your own Koopa Keep and you defend, with whether it's somebody controlling it or automatic, I guess I don't know how that would work. I feel like there'd be some coordination in that would be difficult to figure out.
Yeah, I really don't know how they're gonna implement it. I assume it's just gonna be a point-based system.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's gonna be like basically what happened when they released the team events back, like the first team event that was released. It was like the 3 biggest teams in the fucking game just went fucking head to head, and who could like outspend who.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what this is gonna come down to.
Honestly, like I honestly don't really care what it is they put out. They could put out anything. Just please to God, don't make it about which team spends more money.
Yeah, like who gets the most points. Because I mean, they do the event leaderboard already. If they did like a team event leaderboard, and that's what team versus teams, there's no way that it would be taking them this amount of time. So it must be like a almost entirely different game type, in my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they really have been putting all their time into the server side stuff, which is possible because that's probably a bitch to figure out.
It's what it sounds like, man. And I mean, they said that they were going to release the server side stuff in fall, and we didn't see it and didn't really hear.
They said they were going to release it in summer at the start. It was going to be summer, and then it was
that's right. Yeah, it was.
And that's just a classic example of the powers that be not understanding how long development takes.
Yeah.
And you never want to give a hard date for stuff like that because you don't know what kind of bugs.
Release dates until you actually have it like fully developed, and then you're just waiting to drop it.
If you're testing it or something, but unless something crazy happened in testing where they couldn't figure something out, I don't know. But Abio, this one's more for me and you. What did Buck say about joining one of the podcasts in the future? I don't remember what he said to you.
He didn't say anything to me. Like he never
just
really
didn't respond.
Neither one of them did. Like I tweeted at Badger, saying, "Hey, we'd love to have you guys on to like talk about some of this stuff," and they never responded.
They basically just talked about this stuff right there instead of saying like, "Yeah, sure." But I mean, I can imagine it'll never happen. But that's the fucking goal, man.
Degree.
That's the goal.
With the 3rd degree when they get on here.
And I think Buck would be the choice because I think Buck's way cooler than everyone else.
Yes, Buck is cooler than that. Like, please don't have Steve on. I understand it'd be great for like maybe publicity or something, but don't let me on. Sure as hell don't let me let me be on when Steve's on because I can't fucking stand how that guy acts, like how he talks, how motherfucker irks the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Fuck is our-
honestly,
We'll, be sure
I-
to-
Buck's a
we'll
good
make
guy.
sure it's just you and him.
I don't
Buck's a
think
good
it'll
guy.
ever happen.
No, I mean, the only way it would happen is if one of them gets fired and they want to spread some shit.
I doubt
exactly.
it would even happen then.
Yeah, they probably have fucking NDAs that. Well, they would have NDAs that I think they wouldn't.
Yeah,
wouldn't
for
be
sure.
breaking.
All right, with all
I mean,
the
that's
bugs,
the thing. We
Go
could
ahead.
have them on and stuff, but I don't think it would be any different than
Yeah,
what you get in the dev streams. Like I mean,
Yep.
it just comes down to the fact that there are just certain things that they either cannot tell us
right?
or they literally just don't know the answer to.
We'd have
Like,
to have to do a pre-interview, and we'd have to talk to them about what we
Exactly.
could and couldn't talk about. We couldn't field questions from the crowd because we wouldn't know what we could and couldn't talk about. Or
Yeah,
I guess we
basically
could
be
sift it, I
scripted.
guess, a little bit.
It would be interesting if they could give us maybe more like a more in-depth explanation of like what the development process is like let people know exactly like what process do they undergo when they're implementing new changes to the game and why does it take so long sometimes, and kind of really get into the nitty-gritty about it because they can't really do that on the live streams.
Right. Yeah, I
So
agree
this would
there.
be an opportunity to give more in-depth information on something like that.
And I
but-
think it would really help them be able to, because let's be honest, when they're streaming to the 200-300 people, half of them are silver shields. So it's
Yes.
like that is more of an educational marketing tool to them than to actually talk to us, like the core like players of the game. And so if they were here, they would have like, just like Buck was on my stream the other day because I went really late and he went to work early, so the time zone worked up, and like it was really cool because he could we could ask him questions and talk to him as like the top 1,000 players, not having to tailor to a bunch of people who don't really know as much, don't really know what they're talking about necessarily,
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to have him on, like you said, with me, you two, whatever, so that we could actually discuss more of the deeper levels of the game versus why is Space Warrior token so strong, or some stupid
Yeah.
question like that.
Yeah, it would be really cool. I just like the way I've talked to Steve and them about it before, and he's always said that they would have to like get approval for it through like Ubisoft and through South Park, and because like it would like if for them to appear on one of our podcasts would basically be like a tacit endorsement, quote unquote, of the content that we put out, and so they would like he gave all these like excuses or reasons why it's probably not going to happen, but it's maybe it could happen. So I honestly I don't think it'll ever happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's fun to pretend like maybe it will one day.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe if it starts getting 10,000 views on YouTube, they'll start.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if the game ever got that popular and this podcast ever got that popular, then possibly it'd be a good chance for them to get on and get some more exposure. But
all right, I got a few questions, but we're almost on 2 hours, so I'm gonna pick a couple of the good ones, and then I'll leave them here for the next podcast if we need more. So with all the bugs that this game has, how well do you think next week will run with multiple events simultaneously? I don't think they've ever really had bugs with events though.
Yeah.
So I think that stuff will be pretty good.
Other than offers not dropping for some people.
Right.
That's all I can even think of.
Yeah, that's true. And that couples in with this next question. Do you think any of the offers that are going to be with ticks are going to be worth anything? Are they just going to be shit?
honestly, I would just expect the worst and hope for the best. Like,
I mean, I'd get them all anyway,
Yeah.
but
that's kind of how I'm approaching it. Like it's kind of, as soon as I saw the anniversary gift, I was like, before I opened it, I was expecting shit, but like deep down inside, I was hoping that I would be surprised, and then it was shit, and I was like, okay, well, kind of what I expected.
why do they not allow us to alter all the colors of the clothing items? I assume there's just something with the models that they use or the things that they use where it's not as easy, because you have to keep in mind that it's technically a 3D model. You see every side of it, so there could be stuff that maybe they can't edit as easily. I don't know.
It's not a 3D model. It's a
4 separate pictures.
Yeah, it's a 2D sprite. It's 2D sprites, but it's run in a 3D application.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
I suppose it's probably just for those things. It's not an easy like paint bucket fill for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they could do it really easy. I think they just don't have enough space to put the little like icons to click on the different changing things. I think that's probably
that's true too. But there are some where like they only have one option where you can't change like anything about it. But
yeah, I really don't think it'd be hard to implement at all. I don't think it would be hard. I think it'd be great for them to do, and I would like it because there'd be a lot more outfits I'd consider wearing if I could change like the pants.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
How can we make transmogrify work as an epic spell? You mean like where you can't level it quite as easily?
It does work as an epic spell.
I would say the transmog level doesn't really matter at all. So it doesn't really matter what level you are, whether it's epic or whatever.
Yeah, transmog's fucking good. I don't know why people hate on it so much. It fucking kills Dougie through shield, yo. It kills Dougie through shield.
Is there any way to huddle assassins in Mackey's aura since they run around body blocks?
No.
Not that I know of.
I'm just gonna say no, unless they're
probably
attacking
not.
like a Zen.
Yeah, you'd have to
Zen and you have them side by side.
Right, it'd have to be the battle would have to be stopped. You know, the fight would have to be stopped somewhere in a place where you can put your assassins, and then you'd have to put them in a place where they'll start attacking while they're still in the aura.
I don't think, from what Capium's saying, I don't think that UC is necessarily a strictly better version of transmog. I think UC is probably better in more situations than transmog is, but like what SDNW was saying, you can't unholy combust a shielded Dougie.
Right.
But you can transmog a shielded Dougie.
Yeah, and we talked about this.
Unholy combusting Officer Barbrady might
stops
be
the
good.
Explosion.
Still gonna blow up. He's still gonna get his death wish, but transmog cancels the death wish.
Right. Yeah, that's the benefit of transmog is the stopping of the death wishes, which unfortunately the only one where it's really worthwhile is for Barbrady. But
it's also easier to target transmog. Like sometimes
absolutely.
A group of units, it's hard to get the right target, but transmog only has one target.
Only shows the one. Yeah, the UC, I mean I won a couple challenges because they tried to UC something and they hit the pigeon that was around it.
Yeah, I've lost a game because of that. I've lost a couple of games because of that. It sucks.
You can't transmogrify Coop, they're saying in chat.
Ooh, yeah, that's possible. But I think in my head,
that's not like a super big deal.
In my head, transmog should prevent Pope, and I always thought that was one of the benefits. It would prevent that card from being revived. But it doesn't seem to work that way.
A few people, and honestly, sometimes it does seem to work that way for me. Pope is a very bugged card.
Yeah,
like
because I thought I saw that in the Death Wish thing where if you transmogged Barbrady, he wasn't the one being poked back. So maybe there's some nuance to it. Maybe if the rat's still alive, or maybe if the rat dies, it's what matters, or I don't know.
I've had it where my first drop is Santa Many Moons. He goes walking, he gets transmogged. I just sit there, the rat gets killed, rat's gone, no cards on the field, drop Pope revives nothing. I've had that happen so many times.
So maybe it does work like we think it should.
However, it is primarily with Stand of Many Moons. Stand of Many Moons and Pope just seem to not work like
weird.
I want to say like fucking 50% of the time. It's that high at how
it should work 0% of the time.
Because I heard that if you UC Stand of Many Moons or transmog him or whatever, and then you put your own Stand of Many Moons out, then Pope won't revive anything because the game code's confused because there's a Stand of Many Moons out there.
That could be. I haven't.
That'd be something we have to test in friendly fights.
I very rarely will revive Stand of Many Moons for fear that it will revive fucking Hermes Kenny. Because I don't know why, but it's always Hermes Kenny that comes back when he decides not to revive Stand of Many Moons. It's like, oh, here's Hermes Kenny instead. Fuck you. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Why do they have amazing card art for Gunslinger, but he comes out with his normal green hat with a belt on? I don't know. Because I think that it's usually that the card art is how the kids imagine themselves looking, and then the actual art is I have a
what
squirt
they
gun.
actually look like.
I have a squirt gun.
I thought that too. I thought that too until they released Inkin with like full fucking.
Yeah, full headdress.
I was just like, motherfucker, where does he get the?
Where's his paper mache hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, do you think they'll ever add Strong Woman as a charge card and she spawns PC babies?
I hope so.
That'd be fantastic.
And the PC babies, their first attack is range, where they throw the glasses and then they turn into melee.
She'd be fantastic. I can just see her like walking out pregnant. She just like bends over like she's having contractions and shit, and fucking PC baby just like falls out.
Yeah,
that'd be so good. Leave like a little like fucking pile of like fucking placenta on the ground and shit, like a bunch of fucking like blood and.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, that'd be so fucking glorious.
All right, do you think it was Trey and Matt's idea or Red Link's idea to put Mecha Timmy in place or with all the Fortnite skins in the Spooks episode? I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Because maybe Mecha Timmy's been around longer than we think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is Inuit Kenny meta now? He's not terrible.
Yeah, if he's level 4, he is. And level 4, he's a fucking goddamn terror.
Yeah, and he prevents you from standing many moons charging unless you want to just let him die.
Yep.
At level 3, he's all right, but yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily worth the 4 energy. But at level 4, he seems pretty powerful.
2 questions left. Actually, no, that's question stupid, and we get it asked every time. Who cares about our pizza topping? We all know Abio likes pepperoni, and SDNW likes Hawaiian.
Fuck you. I like Hawaiian. Asshole.
No, you're a sausage man. We all know that.
I am a sausage man. You're damn right. Love my sausage.
All right, so this will be the last question, and probably one of the ones with most substance. I think this was Ghost Who Walks. With the current deranking situation plaguing ladder, which do you see as a more feasible solution for Red Links and why? Offering better rewards for legendary ladder, or having legend rewards be an average number of points based on the tier of the ladder you spent the most time in? The end of season rewards based on which one you spent the most time in. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, that is an interesting concept. The thing is, it is so hard to implement an actual way to counter deranking, because people are gonna fucking do it either way. As long as you can get PvP packs on the fucking easy, as long as you can get fucking wins for events on the fucking easy, like even rewards, like they could make the rewards twice as good as they are right now, and they still wouldn't be good enough to stop people from deranking.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who derank all the way to silver, even though the rewards are worse. So that clearly isn't a deterrent, because clearly they would, because in their head, if I'm silver, I'm gonna get 30 wins a day.
The rewards aren't that much. That's the thing, though, is the rewards really aren't that much worse. You're getting like 1 less rare, like a couple of less commons, maybe 1 or 2 but like none of those cards fucking matter, right?
And you get less mats, PvP tokens, and coins. That's probably the biggest detriment. But at that point, like they're gonna get 30 wins in silver versus only getting 15 wins in legend in the same time. Right. So it kind of
you're getting lockers, and you're basically getting. I mean, the problem is that the legendary lockers really aren't that great, and then like the when they buffed the locker rewards in legendary, you don't get those buffed locker rewards that often, and when you do, they're not even really that great. Honestly, the buffed locker rewards are what the locker rewards in legendary should always be, and then maybe you should have a chance of getting like a really fucking sweet reward or increased chances. Really what they need to do is they need to up the drop rate of legendaries and epics in lockers and in PvP packs, and then tailor it, like tier it out to where the higher you are up in the ladder, you have a higher chance of getting epics and legendaries, but not necessarily to where you're going to like get legendaries more often than people at the lower end, but you have to make it to where like the epics and legendaries you're earning like per hour or per amount of time spent is going to be the same, whether or not you're winning only 50% of your games at like the tippy top, or you're winning 100% of your games at the very bottom.
One of the problems that I foresee with increasing rewards based on legendary level and stuff,
the gap,
is people are gonna really fucking be perturbed when top 10 just sits there and becomes even more unstoppable.
I mean, the top 10 is unstoppable. Like,
Fine, even top 1,000 becomes unreachable because they can sit there and.
Right.
That's gonna happen.
The
thing, like, that's gonna happen naturally anyway. Like, anybody who's new to the game is going to have a nearly impossible time of getting anywhere close to the top unless they are just dropping ridiculous amounts of money.
Man, we've been seeing some of that too, though. Some people are fucking flying up, like people I'd never heard of or seen before, now fucking running on level 4 legendaries. It's just like, oh, where did you come from?
That's always the scare of increasing the rewards, because simply the gap will become higher and higher to the people who can get 30 wins a day, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always trying to curb that, and so in theory, yes, you should get rewarded more, but it's hard to put it in a way where, because they have like an economy that they try to preserve as far as like how far people can get, with just like kind of a daily thing, which is why there's a locker limit, so that the people who can play 24/7 don't just shoot up past everybody. But I do admit that Legends should be. There should be a palpable difference between at least Legend and Silver Shield.
Yeah.
But then like the difference between top 100 Legends versus 14,000 Legend, like it's too easy to get into Legend. 14,000 for the Legend rank in a game like this is pretty fucking nuts. Like that's a lot. And it's even more. It's like 18,000 at the end of the season. Like that's a fucking lot.
There have been some of the bigger seasons. Like I remember back in, what was it, like season 3 or 4, we had 40,000 fucking Legends players.
That's nuts, man. And what like when I was playing Hearthstone, there was like 2,000 people in Legend. It's probably way more now, but like I think the race to get there is just a bit more difficult. So I think maybe they add a gold shield before Legend, like 50 to 60, make it even harder to get through. So then the people who have level 4 epics and stuff are in that range, and then the Legend becomes the people who have level 5 epics, level 4 legends, or level 3 legend, whatever it might be.
I'm also totally fine with like a platinum fucking Legends where it's like top 100.
Right, like a grandmaster kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Right,
where we
because I mean, if you look at the elo difference between the top like 250 maybe, and then the ones below it, like when you're up the top, you lose some elo, and you might not even lose a rank. But then when you're down at 400, 500, 600, you lose one game, you're now down in 800. Like it's ridiculous.
At the difference right now between number 1 and number 2, it's over 2,200.
And that's like elo. What, a week into the season?
And number 2 between where I'm at number 7 is 1,000 elo more than I am. And that's just in the top 10. Like the elo gap is fucking crazy. Like I was sitting here thinking that maybe if I like didn't play anymore for the rest of the season, I could probably still be close to finishing top 25.
Probably.
Yeah, because it's hell to climb your elo.
Yeah,
from the low. So that might be a token to some of the systems they've changed, where if you D rank down, it's a bit harder to get back up.
It's not that hard. Like I can D rank. Like I can D rank for the very last event of the month, and I can still get back at least in the top 750 pretty easily.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's not difficult, but I think it's just like they do everything they can to curb it from happening. Like the adventure lock changes that they made, it doesn't prevent you from doing events, but it just makes it a little bit more difficult, a little bit more annoying, to the point where maybe you want to unlock your deck.
The fun thing about D-ranking for me, though, is that I can D-rank, and then I can just kind of play whatever I want to play. Like I usually don't play my like top level legendary deck when I D-rank. I'll play off-color themes or different theme combinations that I'm not normally playing during like my grind. And like that's one of the reasons why I honestly I don't think they're ever going to do anything that is a hard fix to D-ranking, because like D-ranking has its utility in the game, because you can go and like play with a different deck at a lower skill level
and find out if you want to invest into those cards to play it higher.
Right.
I
yeah,
agree. I
it's-
don't think anyone has any
that's-
problems with people like who are of the skill to be at 250 or 100 or whatever playing a different deck at the level that it should be at. I don't think anyone is mad at that. It's the people who, are 3,000 that are running, level 4 legends or something. Those people suck.
The real problem with it, honestly, is the silver surfers, the people who get into silver and go down to like rank 35 and then just beat up on people, because that actively stops the game from growing. That hurts newer players more than it does anything. I mean, honestly, like if you're in legendary, like D ranking shouldn't bother you at all. Because I mean, it's legendary, man. You're in there. You should be ready to fight anybody in the legendary ladder, because at any time you could get paired up with Pauline. I mean, or SDNW or somebody like that. I mean, even if you're at the very fucking bottom, it can still happen. I mean, even when I've D ranked, man, like I've D ranked to 6,000-7,000, and I've run into Pauline before sitting at like 6,000 rank. Like it
Shut
happens.
the fuck up, Dazanon. I'm tired of your bullshit.
I don't have the cards to. I don't have the fucking cards to play sci-fi. I give away every fucking card I have that's not Mystic, man. Shut the fuck up about goddamn sci-fi.
I mean, sci-fi fantasy is a perfectly fine combo. In fact, I think
sci fantasy is the strongest combo.
Sci-fi fantasy beats a lot of mystical decks. Like that is like a pretty hard counter to mystical decks. I run mystical, and whenever I run up against a really good sci-fi fantasy player, I have a lot of trouble winning those games.
Yep.
A lot of trouble winning those games.
It's tough. Especially if I had level 5 Aerostorm, it'd be a bit easier because you could take out the BHK and the cocks that have been buffed. But man, when you Aerostorm and that motherfucker's still alive, it's just like you wasted the energy almost.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason that Mystical is so good right now is because, honestly, I think it's because of Hallelujah. I think like with the new way that the meta is more focused on higher health cards,
They're
having
nerfing
that Hallelujah hit for full value like very, very often is huge. It can really just push games over to the point where your opponent can't really do anything to come back.
They're nerfing Pope and Hallelujah, so next season you can all shut the fuck up. I need to fucking hear this shit. I've been playing green forever. I don't need to take your fucking bullshit that I was playing fucking... Man, fuck all of you. I played green when it was trash. Fuck all of you.
Yeah, SDNW's played Mystical forever. I played Mystical until they nerfed it into the ground. I don't think SDNW ever stopped playing Mystical.
No, I've only played
he
Mystical.
wasn't top 25 a couple seasons.
Yeah, there's that one season that I didn't play for the entirety of the season, and the other season that I D-ranked to silver, just to use their D-ranker deterrent. But then they fucking changed that back.
I think they'll tone down Hallelujah a little bit. I don't know what they'll do with it, but I could see them toning down Hallelujah a little bit. I could see them reducing the stats of Pope Timmy, and I think if they did those two things, Mystical would probably be perfectly fine. I just hope that they don't do another overhaul like they did the first time and just completely fuck Mystical.
I think they should change Witch Doctor token to heal less, but heal per target hit. I think that would be more fun. Because being able to heal the full 480 from one cock is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I think it should be based on the actual, like, if he can only do 100 damage to an enemy, then he should only heal 50 hit points.
Right, exactly.
The full value.
Exactly.
Of the heal.
Like how much, maybe he heals kind of based on how much damage he does total or something like that. But then he could just get fucking from 0 to 100. But I mean, what's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, it's really, to me, like, Witch Doctor token isn't any worse than Stand of Many Moons for the most part. Like, they're kind of on par with each other as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I think Sam is maybe a hair better than Witch Doctor, just because you can
probably. Yeah.
I think Sam's a little bit easier to deal with though, because I mean, if you have the level lightning bolt, you can just get rid of him.
Yeah, Sam has less health. That is true.
Yeah, and he's easier to enforcer, because if you enforcer Witch Doctor is just gonna kill the enforcer. But if you enforcer like just one-on-one enforcer Stand of Many Moons, your enforcer is gonna kill the Stand of Many Moons. So
to me, Witch Doctor's like not too difficult to deal with. Like you have to like deal with him. He's just one of those cards where you have to like think about how you're going to deal with him.
Right. And
Yeah,
sometimes
you
if
just throw
he's
something out and let him
fully
slap it
charged,
down.
yeah, sometimes
less
if he's
annoying
fully
than-
charged coming at you, you just got to UC and like you just got to do it this time. Sometimes just
Yeah,
depends on the
sometimes
setup.
you
Or,
just gotta
or
make him
sacrifice
bust
an
it.
assassin, you know.
Right.
Sacrifice an assassin, then drop a fighter. You know, it's
Or
there are
what
ways
I do
around it.
sometimes,
Like I said, he's still a 10. He's still a 10.
what
like
I do
a-
sometimes,
like
because most
SS
people
rated
will
card,
wait
you know?
till he's half health to use the charge, hit him once and lightning bolt him.
Yep, that's what a lot of people do. I'll sit
Yeah.
there and hold fucking Stand of Many Moons for a lot longer than I should, and I'll hold fucking Witch Doctor Token for a lot longer than I should
Yep.
because people
And
just
you,
like
you
wait. and
that's
it's like, yeah,
I've learned
yeah.
Stand of Many Moons, man. As soon as I get it, I hit it because he's just gonna get mind controlled.
Yeah. Oh god, that's terrible.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to deal with Witch Doctor Token. He's not that crazy. Like I said, I think the two strongest things with Mystical right now are Pope and Hallelujah. But
Yeah, those are the two things getting nerfed. So fuck all of y'all.
I don't even run Hallelujah in my Mystical deck anymore. I actually took it out.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think no one is gonna fucking hate on me, but Hallelujah, yes, is super super strong. But if you're not like specifically running a deck for it, it's not that strong.
Yeah.
Like it really, if you're not running a
And-
full fucking tank deck, you know, multiple tanks, multiple things over 1,000 HP, why even run Hallelujah?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you can see it coming too, so you're like, oh, here comes
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Hallelujah. So if you can kind of
Yeah.
deal with everything, and that's where the positioning of cards, like you want to deal with the cards one at a time. You don't want to end up with having everybody 50% health. Like, that's just not what you want. You want to be able to kill this one, kill that one, whatever. So it's really most of the time when Hallelujah beats you, you misplayed at some point along the way, in my opinion.
I agree.
But I think that's all I got for questions, unless there's some more that got added. No, I think we're good to go. Do you guys have anything else? Chat, thanks so much for hanging out. Abio,
Yeah.
SDNW, got any final words before we wrap it up?
I have something to say. So only Chris and I are doing a little are working on a little project where we're taking in videos from random people in the community. Like if you have a video of a sweet ass play that you made, like, you know, a sweet match, we would love for you to send it in to us. If you go on the Reddit, it should be pinned on there. Otherwise, you can message me in Discord and find out about it. You can message Oni Chris in Discord and find out about it. Should have our first videos out hopefully by next week. I've got a little bit going on with the tournaments I'm running right now and doing some really fucking over the top fucking editing for it and commentary. But yeah, we should be getting that out soon. So if you have any really good matches, we don't want fucking matches where it's like, you know, you're fucking top 100 rolling over some like level or top like 3,000 person. We don't want that. But if you have like your top 100 and you beat fucking David or you beat me, fucking lay it on us. Lay it on us. We would love to do a commentary on it, love to do an edit for it, love to check it out, share it. So
Yeah, and I just put a link to the NamFam Discord up. So join that, and then you'd be able to message any of us.
yeah, you'll see me all the time.
And talk to us there.
I
But
had
yeah,
a
that's
really
good.
game against Dantana a couple days ago. that I
Dantana's
wish-
always a good match.
I wish I had fucking recorded it. It was such a good game, man.
Maybe when PvP server side comes, we can just send you the link to the replay file that will be saved in the cloud somewhere.
That would be
Wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be lovely?
All right, I think that is pretty much it. So yeah, like STNW said, his new thing with Oni Chris is gonna be really cool. And then that'll. Are you guys gonna do that on your YouTube or make a new YouTube?
Yeah,
Or
it'll just be on my YouTube, just because I think starting a new YouTube, it won't even get any fucking. It'll be harder to get.
yeah,
traction,
get less
so.
traction. And his YouTube is just youtube.com/SDNW, right?
Yep.
And then Abio also is on Twitch with me and SDNW. Are you gonna stream after this one?
I may or may not stream. It depends on what if I get a message back here. So
Gotcha.
stay tuned. Maybe,
If your
maybe
booty
I will
call calls
stream.
back.
maybe I'll stream. Maybe I won't.
All right, that's good. And Abio, when can we catch you on Twitch?
Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Although lately I've been practicing a lot more disc golf. I've got a couple of tournaments coming up that I'm trying to get ready for. So, but yeah, normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Beautiful. And if you're here, you know where to find me. We stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central, and then Saturdays as well. But I am currently unemployed, so I'm streaming during the afternoon as well. But
Nice.
that hopefully will change here Monday. I should know if I got the job. I got the job. Just formalities now. But otherwise, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for hanging out and watching the second part on the Q&A. We're gonna drop links for everybody above their faces and shit. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Get the word out to try to get us as much recognition as possible. And then next time, the podcast will be 2 weeks from today, and we'll do just like we did today and talk about the haps. We'll be talking about the anniversary stuff that's going to go on this next week, and challenge modes, new episodes, the conclusion of the Man Bear Pig episodes. Hopefully it's a 3-part so we can talk about both the episodes.
I fucking hope so.
That'd be awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna take it to the outro. I don't have an outro. I should make one, huh? But we'll see you guys next time.
You should.
Everybody
Peace.
have a good night. Peace out.